Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Juan Carlos Monsalve. Today is October 31st, 2023, and the time of this recording is 9:45 a.m. I will be posting this video around 4 o'clock in the afternoon today, 4 o'clock Eastern Time here in the US. I have in front of me the spreadsheet that I use to collect the data. For all the scorecards, you can visit my website, juancarlosmonsalve.com. They are available there. Um, they are free of charge. You don't have to pay anything to access the scorecards there. You can support my channel by going to buymeacoffee.com / Juan Carlos Monsalve. That's a voluntary thing if you want to do it. If not, that's fine. The name of the game is Baccarat. What you can do to help me to promote my channel is you can give it a thumbs up to this video. You can subscribe to my channel. I need subscribers. You can ring the bell so you get notified every time that I upload a new video. You can share the video with others, in your family, friends, your personal media. Um, you can do that and just sit back and relax, observe while I'm playing. I'm entering the information here on the left side. We know P is equal 1, it's in blue, that's player. B is banker, equal -1. The reason I use these numbers is because I do math with these spreadsheets after I play the game. T equals 0 or yellow, that's for ties. Today is October 31st, 2023. When I'm entering the information here on player or banker, it automatically populates the information here for the winner. It could be player, banker, or tie. The number of players will be here, the number of bankers here, number of ties here, and total of hands here. Um, I have two set of scorecards, one with ties, and then I will remove the ties for the second set of scorecards. If you like to follow those, I do every two, one, two, every three, one, two, three, uh, all the way to 11. 11 scorecards with ties. And then after I play the game, I will move some information here to create the second set of ties. That is going to be is the second set of scorecards without the ties. I was told once when I started playing the game many years ago, I was told don't use the ties. The ties don't mean anything. So I adopted that as a true data, but I don't know if that's a better out. I will get a better outcome or not. And because I started getting new choose and new data, I'm gonna make a difference. I'm gonna see what the difference is using the ties or not using the ties. That's why I incorporated this. So you will see the no background no ties here, and these scorecards again are available in my website juancarlosmonsalve.com. So I'm gonna start the I'm gonna start the game. The first thing that we do to start a game is to burn one card. The card today is the nine of spades, and we need to burn nine more cards. Two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine. Nine additional cards for a total of 11, excuse me, 9, 10, 10 cards total. And we have the discard tray here on my right side. I move it from there to here today. And we type the card here. There are people that use this information also to determine things. I don't know what they use it for. I don't use it. I may use it in the future, so that's why I'm collecting this information as well. So the first hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. We start with a natural 8 banker, 0 player. 0 player, natural 8 banker. You see The scorecards start populating here, and the totals on the top. Zero players, one banker. Second hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have four player and one banker. I need to get third card for both of them. The player remains player with the four, and banker gets a third card and it's a zero. So and so is 4-1. That was a player hand. We started with the chop, one player, one banker, one player. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a banker six, a player two. Player gets a third card, and it's a six for a total of eight. Because I have a six player third card, I need to get a third card for banker with a six. So I have a three. So six plus three, nine. So eight player, nine banker. That was a banker hand. We continue the chop. Two bankers, one player. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural nine banker and three player. Two bankers in a row for a total of three bankers, one player. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have another natural nine banker and two player. Two player, natural nine banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Has a six player in stands, banker four, and gets a third card. The third card is a zero. So four banker, six player. That was a player hand, six four. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a zero player, five banker. Let me double check something here. I moved the camera, so I need to make sure that it's focused. So zero, five banker, zero player, five banker. Player gets a third card. It's a nine, and five doesn't get any more cards. So banker player nine, banker five. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have player zero, banker five. Third card for player is a five, and because I have a five banker, banker gets a third card, and we get a 4-7. So the third card for banker is a five. So this five goes to zero. So zero banker, five player, 5-0. That's another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have five players, zero banker. I need a third card for both of them. The player remains at five, and banker gets a third card, and it's a six. So 5-6. Player five, banker six. So that was a banker hand. Try to get used to only one hand to pick up the cards. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Have one player, zero banker. Player gets a third card. It's a zero, so player remains at one, and banker third card is a two. So 1-2. This is a player banker hand. 1-2. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have player six and stands. Banker gets the third card, and the third card is a zero. So six player, zero banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have five player. Banker has one. I need a third card for both of them. The five gets reduced to four player. Banker gets a third card, and it's one plus one equals two. So four player, one banker. That was a player hand. We have two players in a row. We have player six, banker six, no ties so far. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural nine player, natural eight banker. The closer to nine is the winner. And the naturals, no more cards are dealt. So nine, eight. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Have a natural nine banker and zero player. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have one player, three banker. The third card for player is a two for a total of three player, and banker gets a third card, and the third card is a seven for a total of 10 or zero. Next hand, first cards. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a national nine player and six banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a seven player and stands. Banker has four and gets a third card, and the third card is a five. So player seven and banker gets four plus five, nine. That was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have zero player, one banker. The third card for player is a six. So six player, banker gets a third card and it's a four plus one equals five. So it's six, five. Time to use just one hand to pick up the cards. So it's gonna take some time to get used to it. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a one player and banker has six. I need a third card for player, and because we have a zero, we don't get any more cards for banker. So it is one player, six banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural eight player, zero banker. That was a player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural nine player and zero banker. Next hand, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural nine player and banker has two. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have one player, banker three, player. The third card is a seven for a total of eight. And we have banker three gets a third card. The third card is a three. So three plus three is equal to six. So player eight, banker six. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural eight player for banker. Player is very strong. We have 15 players, 9 bankers. And the last hands have been naturals. First card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 7 player and 7 banker. This is the first tie of the shoe out of 25 hands. We get the first tie, 7 7. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Then we have a 3 player and 3 banker. The third card for player is a 2 for a total of 5. Banker gets a third card and it's a 0, so 5, 3. And next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 9 banker and 3 player. 3, 9. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 6 player and stands, banker 5 and gets a third card. The third card is a 1, so it's another tie. 6, 6. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. 4 players, 6 banker. We need a third card for player. It's a 9, and we don't get any more cards for banker. So 9 plus 4 equals 3, and banker gets remains at 6. So this one was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. 7 player and stands. Banker has a 5 and gets a third card, and the third card is a 0. So 7 player, 5 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural 9 banker and a 7 player. 7, 9. This is a banker hand. Total 17 players, 12 bankers. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 9 banker and player has a 6. So no more cards for either side as we have a natural. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have 7 player and stands. Banker has a 6 and stands. No more cards for either side. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 4 player, 6 banker. A third card for player is a 5. So 4 plus 5 equals 9. Player and banker. We have a 6 banker. We don't get any more cards for banker. It's harder to get to use only one hand. Trying to avoid the left arm to go across the camera. That's why I'm doing only one hand today. I will get that. Okay. I forgot what was. I forgot what was that number 34. I think that it was one. But I will check this one later just to make sure. Let me highlight it here for a moment. Just to make sure I go back to this one and correct it if it's necessary. Okay, player is 8, banker 6. That's a natural 8 player. Banker 6. I will check the video later and verify hand number 34 to make sure that it's a 1. I'm not sure. Um, Okay, second card player, second card banker is a 4-3. 4 player gets a third card. The third card is a 3 for a total of 7. And banker third card is a 3 for a total of 6. So 7-6. Next card, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Have a player 4 and banker 4. The third card for player is a 7, so it reduces that 4 to 1. And because I have a 4, I get the third card for banker from anything from 2 to 7. So the third card is a 1 for a total of 5. Okay, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural 9 player, 6 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have 4 player, 5 banker. Player gets a third card. The third card is a 4 for a total of 8. And 5, we get a third card if we get anything from 4 to 7, player third card. And we get a 4, so we get a third card for banker. And it's a 6. So A6. That was a player hand. Okay, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a 5 player and national 9 banker. Okay, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a 3 player and 7 banker. Banker 7 on the stands. Player's third card is a 6 for a total of 9. 9 players, 7 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a player 1, banker 7. It's a banker 7 on his stance. Player gets a third card and it's a 0. So he remains at 1. 1, 7 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural nine banker, and player has one, so that was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a two player and one banker. Both of them gets the third card. These two plus nine equals one, and banker third card is a one for a total of two. So one, two, that was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a six player in his stance, and banker has seven in his stance. So six, seven. That was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have seven player, eight banker, seven, seven player, eight banker. That was a natural eight banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have zero player and one banker. Both of them get a third card. Uh, Player gets an eight, and banker third card is a three for a total of four. So eight player, four banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a natural nine player, two banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have one player, six banker. The third card for player is an eight for a total of nine. And because we have an eight player third card, we don't get any more cards for banker, so banker remains at six. Okay, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have four player, four banker. The third card for player is a seven, so it reduces that four to one. And we have banker four. We get a third card for four. We get anything from from two to seven. So the third card for banker is a nine. So it reduces that four to three. So one, three. That was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a two player and two banker. Uh, we need a third card for both of them. Player remains at two, and banker third card is a six for a total of eight. Two, eight. That was a banker hand. Now we have 27 players, 22 bankers, two ties. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have three player, one banker. The third card for player is a two for a total of five. And banker has a one. Here's a third card and it's a five for a total of six. Five, six. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now we have a Hello. Okay, we are going to play hand number 54. This is the second part of the video. I only record 30 minutes the first video, and the remaining part of the show is recorded on the second part. I went back to review the hand number 34. It was a 9-6, so I went there and corrected. Now we're gonna play hand number 54. First card player, banker, player, banker, and now I have a natural 8 banker and 6 player natural 8 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 0 player, 6 banker. The third card for player is a 9, and banker doesn't get any more cards, so it is a 9-6. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 5 player and 0 banker. I need a third card for both of them. 5 plus 5 equals 0 for player, and banker third card is a 9. So 0-9 was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have another natural 9 banker and 5 player. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 5 player, 4 banker. The third card for player is a 2. So for a total of 7 player. And banker gets a third card if we get anything from 2 to 7. So the third card for banker is an 8 for a total of 2. So 7-2. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 7 player and 7 banker. So it's another tie, 7-7. This is the third tie of the shoe. Total of hands 29 players, 27 bankers, 3 ties. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Now I have a natural 8 player and 0 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a 0 player and 6 banker. Banker third card is a 9, and we don't get any more cards for banker. We have 6-9-6. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have 4 player, 5 banker. Banker player gets a third card. The third card is a 3 for a total of 7 player. And banker only gets a third card if we get anything from 4 to 7. So no more cards for banker. So it remains at 5. Okay, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have the 6 player in his stance. Banker has a 4 and gets a third card. The third card is another 4 for a total of 8. Player 6. 6 player, 8 banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, Banker, I have a seven player and a stance. I have a six banker and a stance, so 7-6. That was another player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a six player, three banker, six player in a stance. Banker gets a third card, and the third card is a four for a total of seven. So six player, seven banker. That was a banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. I have a four player, three banker. The third card for player is a one, and we need a third card for banker. The third card is a six for a total of nine. So player five, nine banker. Okay, next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker has seven player, one banker, seven player in his stance. Banker gets a third card, and the third card is an eight for a total of nine. So seven player, nine banker. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a five player and four banker. The player third card is an eight. So it reduces that five to three. And banker, because we get a third card for player eight, we don't get any more cards for banker, so it remains at four. So three, four. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a natural eight banker and four player. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a two player, three banker. The third card for player is a five for a total of seven player. And banker gets a third card. The third card is a six for a total of nine. So 7-9 banker hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. Player five and banker five. Player third card is a zero, so it remains at five. And because we have a zero third card for player, we don't get any more cards for banker, so it is five. 5-5. And this is the fourth tie of the shoe. 71 hands so far. First card player, banker, player, banker. We have zero player, four banker. Player gets a third card and it's at eight. So eight player, because we got a third card player eight on this banker four. We don't get any more cards for banker, so it remains at four. 8-4. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker. We have a one player and four banker. Third card for player is a three for a total of four player. And banker has a four, and we get a third card if we get anything from two through seven. So the third card for banker is a zero, so it remains at four. So 4-4, another tie hand. Next hand, first card for player, banker, player, banker. We have five player and three banker. The third card for player is a zero, so player remains at 5. We have a 3 banker. We get a third card for banker, and the third card is an 8. So 3 plus 8 equals 1, 5, 1. That is a player hand. Next hand, first card player, banker, player, banker, have a 0 player, 6 banker. Banker gets a player gets a third card, and the third card is a 7. Because we have a 7 player third card, we need to get a third card for this banker 6. And the third card is a 9 for a total of 5. So 7, 5, that was a player hand. Now we go to the next hand, and we are getting the cut card. That means that we need to play this hand plus 1 more. First card for player, banker, player, banker. I have a natural 8 banker and 2 player. And now we will play the last hand of the shoe. First card for player, banker, player, banker. We have a banker 7 and stands. A player has a 3 and gets a third card, and the third card is a 0. So it remains at 3 and 7 banker. That was another banking hand. We ended the shoe 36-36. After our player has been dominating the shoe most of the time, if not all the time, we ended up even 36-36. We remove the remaining of the shoe, put it in the discard tray, plus the cut card. At this point, what we do, we go over all the scorecards that we have here. The 11, 1 to 11 is we have here 5 bankers in a row, one more banker here, but separated with 1 player. The same here, row number 9, 1 banker, 1 player, and then 3 more bankers. 3 bankers here, 3 players here, 3 players here, 3 players here, 4 players here, 3 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers. That was every 11. Every 10, I see 3 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 players, 3 bankers, 4 bankers, 4 players here, 3 players, 3 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers here. Every 9, we have here 5 players, 3 bankers here, 1 tie, 2 more bankers, 3 bankers here, 4 players here. Every 8, 3 players, 3 players, 3 players, 4 bankers, 3 bankers here, 3 bankers, 5 players, 3 players, 3 players, 4 bankers. There are different ways that you can write down the game. To create strategies, I see here 6 players, 3 bankers, 5 bankers, 3 bankers, 3 players, 3 players, every 5, 5 bankers, 4 bankers here, 3 bankers here, 3 bankers here, 4 players here, 5 players, every 4, 5 players, 3 players, 6 players, 4 bankers, every 3 players here for no, excuse me, 3 bankers, 4 players, 3 bankers, 3 bankers, 4 bankers, 3 players, 4 players, 3 players, 5 players here, every 2, 3 bankers, 3 players, 6 players, 3 bankers, three players, four bankers here, four players, four bankers. Those are the different shoes. We have one form here that is vertically, the original way that I write down the game, and then 10 more shoes or 10 shoes on the right side of the screen that includes dice. And then what I do, I take these numbers from this column, the results, I copy them from here. I do copy, and I come to the second set of the second part of the shoe, and I do paste, copy and paste, but I'm gonna paste only the values, no the formulas, because you know it's gonna mess up my spreadsheet. So when I see here that I have five ties, so I need to come here and eliminate the tie. So I come here to every tie and I delete it. I move the cells up. The first one usually takes some time to process, and then the second one, delete, cells up. Um, Next one here, delete, move the cells up again. Again here, delete, cells up. On this one as well, delete, and cells up. Something that I'm gonna do as well is I'm gonna remove this split here so I can move it down there. We see here 36 hands, 36 players, 36 bankers, and 5 ties for a total of 77. So we come down here to the second part of the shoe, and I'm gonna do a new split here, and I'm gonna move these results without the ties. I'm gonna copy these numbers without the ties to the results column, and then the scorecards will populate again on the right side. And in this case, we see that we have still 36 players, there's still 36 bankers, but no ties, zero ties. So, and then we can go over the different scorecards here, starting with every two. We see here three bankers, five players, three players here, four bankers here, four bankers, three players, four bankers. Any way that you write down the game with dice or no die, you will see still the same patterns form. So, but I will need to compare that with my current strategies to see which one give me the better results. That's why I'm doing this additional work. So here five players, here six players, three players, four bankers, three bankers, three bankers, three players, three bankers. And besides these three bankers here, three bankers here, separated by one player. But this is every three. Next one, every four, I see three players, three more plus two more, total of eight. Three players here, three bankers, four bankers here, uh, four bankers separated by one player here, three players, three bankers. That's every four. Every five, I see here four bankers, three players. And this one I see six players, four players. Every six, that was every five. Every six, I see here four players, three bankers, three players, six bankers, four players. Every seven, I see three, six, seven players here, three players here, three bankers, four bankers, three bankers, two bankers, one player, two more bankers, two bankers, one more player, and two bankers. That's every seven. On this one, every eight, three bankers, four players here, five bankers, uh, six players, four players. Every nine, I see here three bankers, three players here, four bankers, four players. Every 10, I see four bankers, three bankers, three bankers, four bankers. Every 11, I see here five players, three players, one banker, and three more players. Here, five players. Here, five bankers, four bankers, five bankers, three players, three bankers. Okay, that's the second set of scorecards that you can use. You can use to verify your own strategies, see which one of the two sets is better for your own strategies. If you want to use ties or no ties, I will upload the scorecards as well to my website. My website, I'm going to show you that in a moment. My website is juancarlosmonsalve.com. You will see, welcome to my Baccarat research site. Together we will observe new things. You come down here, you see my Facebook link, my Twitter or X, and my YouTube channel here. You can subscribe there too. You can contact me through the contact information here. The PDF form, let's say that already uploaded um, three three samples of the scorecards here in the website. You will be able to see the scorecard. This is the presentation of the scorecard. Basically, this presentation is 8 pages, and you go through different pages. You will be able to see like the second page, the third page. You will be able to see how it looks on paper. You can print that information. You can review it right there. It's better to use a computer or a bigger screen. If you use a cell phone, you won't be able to see that much of a difference. Um, I see. I have three different extended this way. Like yesterday's scorecard is this one, 1030, and this one is 10 pages. Um, you scroll from page to page, you will be able to see that the no ties is here. I changed a little bit the presentation today, but this is no ties. Just review those scorecards, see those. Let's say that you use the Martingale strategy. You will have applied the Martingale strategy to these scorecards. Review them with different scorecards. No, no, always will apply. No, see how often those apply. I have three different like this, but you have all other scorecards in a PDF form that you can download any of those. Like yesterday's, you can download it, and then you can view one at a time. And this is the way that you will be able to see it. computer is a little bit slow because I'm doing the process of recording at the same time, so that's why it's taking longer. And those are in a PDF form. And the recording takes a lot of space in the computer, and also opening these pages take a little bit longer. This is the PDF form, the way that you will be able to see it in your own computers or your own TVs. You can print them. So this is what I wanted to show you today. Going back to the scorecard, I will upload this scorecard as well there. So that's all for today. Please don't forget you can visit my website at juancarlosmonsalve.com. You can support my channel by going to buymeacoffee.com / Juan Carlos Monsalve. It's voluntary if you would like to contribute to my work. Um, don't forget to give it a thumbs up to this video, to subscribe to my channel, to ring the bell so you get notified every time that I upload a new video. You can share this video with others and observe. Observe when you are watching the video, observe how those scorecards get populated. You can visit my YouTube channel at Juan Carlos Monsalve 1652, and you can also visit my Facebook group, Baccarat Research. So that's all for today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you on the next one. Thank you.